Hi everyone, glad you are joining us today. This past Sunday we talked about a sermon that spoke on how Jesus grew in multitude of ways as he was growing, and we want to take those 4 ways and grow in our lives in every season, but in this specific season where most of us are homebound, our work schedule is different, or something like that. So we started off with growing mentally, then went into growing physically and recognizing how everything we do affects every other part of what we do. And then our previous video was about how to grow spiritually. We thought it was so important. Everything ties into that one. That is our foundation. That is our source. And we're finishing with how to grow relationally. Now, relationships can sometimes feel secondary. Like if it's just me and Jesus, that works. And unfortunately, that's not true. We need Jesus. He is essential. But he also gave us the church. He gave us a community. In the beginning, God made Adam, and Adam and God were in perfect communion together. And then after that, God made Eve for Adam. He gave Adam a community even when it was just the 2 of them. So why would we think that we don't need anyone else? We just need Jesus. We do need Jesus, but we need his community as well. And also, relationally, this is probably one of the most difficult ones to utilize during this social distancing era. When I'm supposed to be no closer than 6 feet to someone, I need to stay in my house. I can't go to restaurants, I can't go to my gym. I can only go to the store, and even then, I'm terrified to do that. Everyone's wearing masks and gloves. This can be the most difficult during the season, but it's also one of the most important. And it's definitely not impossible. It's not impossible by any stretch. We're not meant to do life alone. We're meant to live as the church, and there are a lot of ways that we can jump over some hurdles and continue to make this relational growth an important part of our lives right now. Maybe even have some better relationships when this quarantine, when this craziness is all said and done. So how do we build some relationships right now? First, I would say focus on those who are in your house. Now you may be like me. I'm married, I have a wife and a dog. I don't have any kids, I don't have any parents or anyone living with me. But focus on who you're living with. Take some time to intentionally grow that relationship. Maybe you get to know your spouse or get to know your spouse and kids in a deeper way. I think there's a lot that we don't know about those we live with. And not in a way that's like a big way, but hey, what's your opinion on this? What do you think about that? Grow those times. Talk to those who are physically in your home. Talk to them. Maybe you have intentional family lunch and dinner every day. Where maybe you're talking about something silly like the favorite cartoon or favorite color, or you're talking about something serious about, hey, what do you think about the stuff that's going on? Or maybe you pick a different topic. Maybe you want to talk about, hey, write it down. Hey, I want to talk about this in regards to church tonight. And then tomorrow, I want to talk about what you think about sports or exercise or something. I don't know what the topics you want to talk about are, but maybe take some time and encourage your family to talk about some things that are beyond just, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. It's been a good day. Invest in some different, more difficult, and deeper and more enriching conversations. If you don't know where to start, you can go online and download some get to know you questions. I'm not going on dates, I'm married, but even looking up some good date questions, those are always great conversation starters. So if you're a part of our Calvary Nights, that's where we get a lot of our question of the night. It's from date questions, because when you go on a date, you don't know where to have a conversation. So those questions are great beginnings to what hopefully is a fruitful and enriching conversation. And then maybe even set aside time to go and talk about some of those deeper things. Turn off the TV, turn off Netflix, and talk about something intentional for a little bit. And then you can go back to having some fun or doing something different. There are other methods to reaching out. We live in a highly technological age, as you can tell by me recording a YouTube video on a camera in my own house. There's a lot of things we can do. I would encourage you to use FaceTime or Google Duo. Reach out to someone else or another family and just talk with them. Google Duo, you can download it on any device, I believe. FaceTime is on Apple devices. And you can just webcam and talk to them for 20 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. Talk to them about what's going on, catch up with them, do literally anything, have a conversation. Is it face-to-face, person-to-person interaction? No. But it's a good second. It's a great second. You can't hug them, you can't give them a good high five, you can't play with their kids, but you can still interact and grow relationships right now. Maybe write letters. Yes, they still exist. And send them to those you love. Send them to your friends. I know it's just mail, but if I got a letter right now, it'd feel pretty good. Hey, someone's thinking of me. They thought of me enough to get out some paper, to write a letter, and mail it. Maybe reach out to someone in that manner. And then if you have larger groups or you want to get together with a larger group, use something like Zoom or Google Hangouts. Both are free and available to gather a larger group together. You can catch up, you can discuss certain topics, you can talk about the season you're in right now. If you need some help, you need some encouragement, you want to encourage someone else, you can make some plans for the future, like, hey, we all want to get together at this time and do this together. Maybe do that. So getting together with those larger groups of people could be a very, very beneficial thing for you. Now again, are these the same as going over to someone's house or hosting someone for dinner or going out on the town with someone? No, it's not. But that doesn't mean we need to abandon our relational building altogether. We still need to use what's at our disposal and interact and grow with those around us. Pick up the phone, call someone, give someone an encouraging text. Maybe let that conversation grow. I don't know, there's so many ways, but we want to encourage you to not forsake relationships because of social distancing. You can still grow, you can still invest, you can still become closer with those around you, even in this season. So we encourage you to grow in that way, to grow in all four ways: mentally, physically, spiritually, relationally, and end this season, this quarantine, this COVID-19, all of this, end this better than we began. Invest in yourself, invest in growth, and invest in who God has made you to be. Have a good one.